Hello, Denise.
Excited to talk about all things Bravo this week. So much happening in the Bravo sphere. Craziness, chaoticness.
Excited to be back.
So first I want to give a cheers. Today I'm drinking, what are you drinking?
I've got some New Zealand SV, my fave.
Nice.
Cheers.
All right. Clink, clink. All right. So let's start off with some big news that happened a few days ago with Dr. Wendy getting arrested and her husband from Real Housewives of Potomac. So you do not watch Potomac, correct?
Correct. I know of them from online, all the Insta stuff and everything.
Okay. So first question, what did you think of her mugshot?
God. Well, it's so funny. I've heard people say, like, she looks amazing. She looks so young. I'm like, she did not look amazing. I wouldn't call that an amazing mugshot. I've seen some good ones from the Bravo celebrities. I wouldn't classify that as a good one.
No. And she looks like she's laughing, like she thinks it's a joke or something.
I know, and like the lashes, they look so good, and I miss my lash extensions sometimes, but sometimes they don't look good.
People were saying that she and her husband looked high in the mugshots because he has a weed business.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy. You know, the story is insurance fraud, faked a burglary. I've seen online that probably not going to get any jail time or anything because the insurance fraud wasn't that high of an amount and they're probably just going to pay it back. But I'm like, could we please bring on Dorit and her husband for that burglary scam, which was clearly staged and planned?
Yeah, it seems like these women, they tend to draw a little bit too much attention to themselves and are subject to scrutiny. Like she was wearing the jewelry on the show.
How do they think they're not going to get caught? Like they're untouchable. And I don't know who is more self-involved, Wendy, Dr. Wendy, or her husband. But then it gets me asking myself, are her PhDs real? I mean, how many does she say that she has? Two or three?
Don't they question whether or not she is a doctor? Like, hasn't that been a storyline?
Yeah, I think there needs to be some real digging on, are these real PhDs? And then also bring back Dorit. Now that we have this exposed, maybe we can dip back into that fake burglary. God. I don't know. I love to see a housewife going down that is so obnoxious, and she's one of them.
Is she?
Yeah. And then I do think the next one that's going to go down besides Teresa, which that's coming any moment, is Lisa. And we'll get into that later, Lisa Barlow. So next thing on the list, Real Housewives of Miami Part 2 reunion. Epic television.
Denise, I am so sad that it's coming to an end. I love these women. They are magnificent because it doesn't get as like nasty and dirty. It does, but it doesn't. It's so comical. I just love it.
So funny. Okay. So let's just talk. I can't stop laughing. Let's talk about Julia and Martina, their relationship in general. What do you think of it? What's your big overall assumption in that relationship? Like who wears the pants, literally?
Yeah, it seems like Julia tiptoes around Martina and is afraid to do anything. Like she just seems on edge around her, and Martina seems to barely tolerate her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Julia's always working really hard to please Martina.
Yeah.
Or make things nice for her in some way. So this is my take overall. I think Martina probably has a lot of lovers and they went into the marriage agreeing that that's okay. And maybe Martina said, okay, it's okay to Julia if you have some, but probably not as many as me. I'm not going to okay as many as I have. Don't humiliate me. Don't embarrass me. So that's number one. But the whole cast seems to agree that Julia is a sex addict.
Yes, for sure. I mean, all the flashbacks of her, I'm like, damn, she's like a predator.
So with Adriana and Julia going back and forth about this love affair or this one night stand or you're obsessed with me. Where do you fall? Who are you believing?
Well, it feels like Julia had this whole thing planned to really like expose Adriana, and it backfired tremendously. Like she was saying She had mental, psychological abuse from Adriana for 4 years. She blackmailed her. She couldn't speak her truth for 4 years. It's like, no, I'm not buying any of that. I think Adriana probably let her like do stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't remember the episode. Maybe I didn't watch that season, but they were in the bed together and Adriana woke up and just started chugging vodka again. And that's
Mhm.
I don't know if that was the Versace mansion, which got revealed later. They're both despicable and they're both amazing, but I I don't know. Adriana exposing the Haitian mortician and she had to buy him a coffee machine and cop and
I think all of it's true, and I think both of their stories are true. I think definitely they hooked up. I think Julia was seriously hitting on Adriana to the point where Adriana's like, "Fine, let's just fool
I
around.
believe that. Yeah.
You do all the work. I'll lay here." I do
Sure.
believe
Yeah.
that, but I do believe Adriana held it over her head. Like, if you're not on my team and you don't do what I say, I'm going to start telling people.
Yeah, because they did show unseen footage, and she said, "Keep pushing me, and I will. I'll expose it." But she said, "Well, I'm not that person. I was going to destroy your family, but there's a Haitian mortician."
Right? Adriana got so fed up. She's like, "Fuck this! I'm letting it all out. You're gonna try to come at me? Forget it. I'm gonna mop the floor with you." There is a sense on that set that Adriana doesn't have a lot of power in that group. And so why are they rejecting her so strongly? What do you think?
Great question. I don't know that answer. And she's still not even a full-time housewife, which I didn't realize.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess she's still a friend of. Well, she's an asshole,
But
quite
they all
frankly.
are.
They all are. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Alexia has Marisol. Gertie just goes with the flow. Lisa had Larsa. Now they don't. I don't know. But Adriana always seems to be on the outs. And maybe because she kind of told Julia, like, it's Alexia and Marisol and it's me and you and that's it. And that crumbled. But yeah, no, she didn't pick up a new one.
Yeah. And so I was reading on some, I don't know, Facebook groups that Marisol has a lot of power with production. Did you read that?
Did.
Is that like well-known knowledge?
I didn't know it before, but it sort of seems plausible.
It's interesting to me because she's so reserved on the show. She doesn't come off as a power player.
Yeah, well, she hates confrontation and Alexia is her mouthpiece. And like that was kind of the narrative this season with Stephanie. But I could see her being a bit of
So
a
they're almost implying that she's like LVP behind the scenes trying to ice out Adriana and having production on her side. And I was like, ooh, I never caught that before.
And it's interesting. Andy at one point said, Marisol, you know Adriana the longest. What do you believe? So, like, did Marisol bring Adriana in and then they're just enemies every season? I don't know. That was weird to me that they know each other the longest.
Well, I thought it was amazing that Andy was all over this story. Like, he could not get enough, except for when they went to break and Julia's trying to follow him around, telling him, and he's like, "I don't give two shits about you. Like, go back to the green room. Just tell me the story on camera." Like, his dislike for her was very evident, don't you think?
Absolutely. He just, yeah, I mean, that has to be mentally exhausting to be there for who knows. I didn't hear how many hours they film, but I know sometimes these go well into the late night. That's when the Versace mansion came out, though, when she was following him during commercial. But I have to say, my number one thing that I have circled here in big is when they got to Larsa's face. I think I sent you that
Yes, you
screenshot.
did. Was that when they were all trying to defend Julia, but then at some one point, Lars is like, "Okay, I can't defend her anymore. Like, what actually is going on here?"
I think it was when Adriana dropped the Haitian mortician bomb, and then they were cutting to everyone, and Stephanie's hysterical, and
She
Gertie,
was
and
great too.
so great. I love her. I think she's awesome. Yeah, and then they cut to all of them, and then they cut to Larsa last. So it didn't move.
Clueless. Stephanie's reaction though was like, "So you can't make that up. There's no way Adriana made up that story." Okay, other big things that I missed that I can't remember on that reunion.
Yeah, the scene with Kiki and her dad, the flashback to that, when he's kind of
Yeah,
like, she's like, "You gave me up and you kicked me out because your new wife didn't like me." And he's like, "Yeah, let it go. Like, you're doing fine. You're great." And I
that
was
was scary.
thinking, he and Bronwyn's Muzzy should just get together.
Seriously, they're both horrific parents. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know the culture of Kiki's background or what that's, what that's about, but it was really sad.
Very sad.
I like her too. It's like she's so great for the show. She brings like a lightness that the rest of them don't have.
She's definitely my favorite out of this cast. She's just really great, grounded, funny, and she has a lot of like shit going on and trauma in her past too, but she's great. Yeah, and back to Stephanie, like I think she really is. I don't know, Alexei was just too defensive. She was trying to help her get over Todd. Like she said it. Todd made some stupid post about Stephanie, and Stephanie's like, "Yeah, Todd's cheesy," and I thought that was the perfect response.
Do you think all the cast will come back, or do you think they're going to get rid of Gertie?
I don't know. I hope not. I like Gertie.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like her. I don't think they're going to bring them all back.
Really, I hope they make Kiki full time because she's still a friend of too,
Yeah, but they have to have someone on Adriana's side.
which is Gertie
And
right now.
is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Is there one more part to the reunion?
Yes. The preview is Kiki's dad hot? I'm like, all right, we don't need
No,
3 parts. We don't need 3 parts.
no. Some reunions do. This one does not. We've covered it all.
They really did.
All right. Anything else on Miami before we move on?
I mean,
Do
yeah,
you think they'll bring Nicole back?
I love Dr. Nicole. I don't know. I think she's better off without it, honestly, but I think she makes a great housewife.
And she has the most money out of all of them, right?
I think so. Maybe not with Stephanie.
Yeah. I am here for Stephanie season 3 when her husband's like, see ya, done with you. And I want to see how she navigates that.
Yeah,
That seems to always play out.
it does.
So we'll see. We'll see with Miami. Okay. So you were not on last week. I didn't recap Salt Lake City. So we have some big things to discuss about last week and this week. So let's start with last week.
Right.
Where to start? Okay. Can we start, please, with Mary's church? Because I cannot believe they resurrected this. I thought Mary was like, let's keep my church on the down low. Everyone's liking me. I want to stay in, the viewers' good eyes or whatever you must say. But what did you think when they went back to that church and the first thing you see is that portrait on the wall of her grandmother and Jesus?
I don't remember that. I did not take notes. I remember the ornateness of it and her pointing out, well, this wasn't done and that wasn't done. And I guess her cousin was the general contractor.
Mm-hmm.
He was very, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And like, these people need you. Like, she's viewed as a leader. I mean, I guess it's just one guy who's her cousin, but
Right. So she was like anointed, appointed to take grandmother's place. And so grandmother, you got to go back and watch that scene, is literally next to Jesus in the photo. Like Jesus is handing his, you're going to go on earth, or you're going to be the person on earth that represents me. And so their church very much followed that. And that's why the grandmother was skipped over her daughter and said, no, my granddaughter is going to take my place and she's going to marry my husband.
yeah, that's all really strange.
And Mary was seeming to go along with it with her cousin, like my mother was too hungry for the power and we got her out. I want to know that story.
Yeah, I hope we get deeper into that because that's the first they've um revealed that, right? That even though the grandmother said, no, it's Mary, the mom was like, nope, it's me. And then they had to kick her out. I can't even imagine how all that went down.
Yeah, I wonder. I need the story on that. But I think it was too, like you mentioned, it was weird that her cousin was saying, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. Like she has this elevated sort of respect when they're cousins. That side of Mary is so different than what she's been putting out there in friendships on the show last season and this season. So I'm wondering how these two worlds are going to collide if they start bringing back some scenes with her preaching and how that goes.
I'm excited for it.
The other thing that I picked up on that I didn't know before was that the cousin was saying Mary's son was like a bright light and really highly intelligent. I don't remember him from earlier seasons. I only remember him being totally out of it on drugs. But I know he was like, I think he was on the first season. So hopefully he is very smart and can pull it back together.
Yeah. It's so sad. And how brave of them to share that stuff. That's really nice. But it's heartbreaking.
All right. What to next?
Oh my gosh. Well, did you watch last night's Salt Lake?
Yes. But okay, before we get to that, I just want to say something about Whitney and Brittany in the plant store.
Yes.
When Brittany was pretty much saying she puts Jared above her daughter, and Whitney was like shaking her almost like, girl, you have to put your daughter first. And Brittany was looking at her like, I have no concept of this. I don't know what you're talking about. So who do you think is the manipulator in that relationship, Jared or her?
I don't know. Maybe it's wrong to assume Jared, but he has this stature, right? He's an Osmond. He has this public persona, certainly in that community. And she knows she needs to pick her kids, and her kids don't like him. And she's like, yeah, but no, I'm not going to.
Yeah, I
He,
think it's him because he has way more power. He has more
sure.
social power, financial power. So if you're going to keep Brittany on the show, let's get more of him and see more of his manipulative behavior instead of just us watching her be a dumbass. That's what I would like to see. So we can get context to why she's looping with him.
Yeah, when Whitney's going to be the voice of reason.
There's a problem. So cut to Bronwyn and mom. What on earth?
Well, that was horrible to watch.
First of all, did they talk about why she calls her Muzzy? Is that like a common nickname for mom?
I've heard people say yes, but I've never heard anyone call their mom Muzzy.
I never heard of that in my life. I was like, this is strange. Her mother is an awful human being. And I can only say it's because she's so heavily indoctrinated into the Mormon belief system that I have to reject my daughter.
Are they still practicing though? Is she still practicing? Because you have to I don't know.
I mean, I think her mom is still in the church.
She was so cruel to her.
And for Bronwyn, it's so typical for children to align with their abuser. To allow her still to be in her home and call all the shots, I would be like, you're going to a nursing home. And no wonder Todd is annoyed. Todd's probably like, get this woman out of here. I'll pay for a nursing home or assisted living or whatever she needs to be in. So the guilt she must hold over Bronwyn, like, you need to take care of me.
Yeah, but honestly, Bronwyn's husband, what's his name, Todd? He acts just as irritated and annoyed with Bronwyn as Mussy does.
Yeah,
The
she's
poor
used to it.
woman. I think she's great. She seems so fun and bubbly and sweet. She's got this horrible baggage that she has to deal with.
I think Todd is a lesser version, so she thinks he's nice, right? Like compared to mom, feels like love. Okay, so last thing that happened on this episode, Meredith and Angie talking about Meredith's new business. I've been to her jewelry store in Park City and it was never open. Well, now she's saying that there's jewelry in the front and caviar in the back.
Yeah.
And this is not a good concept. Do we believe this?
Caviar, jewelry, DJ, tour, I guess get it where you can. I don't know. I've seen videos of her DJing. She looks super robotic and boring.
I don't understand. And I wish they would go back and tell us more like about their whole marriage and why they broke up the first time and why they got back together. Then I read online that she had inherited a ton of money, maybe from her dad when he passed. And so at this point, I'm like, she probably doesn't even need to be with Seth.
He's weird.
He's a weird dude. And she's not even like playing her role this season. She's really on the back burner. Maybe they're going to demote her to friend of.
Yeah, she seems to just be, yeah, in this latest episode, she was like, oh, Lisa, you didn't try to dig up dirt? Okay.
She's not playing. She's not in it at all.
Yeah, except for that flower outfit that she had on.
So we get to this week's episode starting with Whitney's ridiculous song that she's trying.
Oh my God.
Why? Why do we have to suffer through this? Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
Then they close the episode out with it again. I'm like, no. Oh, the drama,
Terrible.
lawsuits, lies, and tears. Who's got gout dick and who has the best hair?
It was horrible. The one thing that I did like, well, this is bad to say, that is coming up that I predicted was that her marriage is in trouble. She is admitting to, he doesn't pay attention to me, he could care less. And so you remember how they got together, right?
No.
I think she worked for him. I think he was her boss.
Okay. And then she got
And
caught doing
yeah, and he was married.
esque, right? And then he got fired and she needs to find her fun Whitney back. And
Yeah, this is not looking good for her. I don't think.
yeah. But she brought an intuitive consultant.
World-renowned spiritual intuitive. Where do we think Whitney found this world-renowned spiritual intuitive?
I don't know, but she flew him out from somewhere. Was it New York? I don't even know.
This whole scene, Joanna, at one point I was like, I need to turn this off. I cannot even watch this. It was getting so annoying. The constant fighting between Lisa and Angie, and they just talk over each other. They don't care. They don't listen. Even when other people are like, hey, could you shut up? Whitney's like, shut the fuck up. They can't. I can't watch this for like 10 more episodes.
You know, it's funny. I wrote down, I worry that it's getting like New Jersey. Like we're
Yeah.
investigating each other and undermining, and then it's just unwatchable. Like it's just not fun, and they're separate in their separate group. It's not good housewife TV. And I was like, Miami's so much better right now because I hate all this. I mean, yeah, they all argue, of course, but it just, yeah, that was too much, and it went on for too long.
I don't think either of them are ever going to let it go. They're too competitive to be in the top spot and ice the other one out. It gets exhausting, and I don't think the viewers are getting tired already. I'll speak for the viewers. We are getting tired of this.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And that's your point. Mary needs to be this fun Mary with her one-liners that the producers keep inserting, and not Preacher Mary.
Even Mary was like, I'm out of here. Like, you two are acting so beneath yourselves. I can't sit here and listen to this anymore. Whitney is hanging on for a storyline. So she's like, I'm going to just try to be the mediator. Meredith gives two shits. Brittany is so clueless. She's like, I'm going to pick up this phone call from Jared. I'm not even listening to this fight.
It's so sad. It's funny. Meredith, yeah, her outfit, I wrote down, Mary said, it looks like a walking virus.
My God, their outfits. What was happening with those outfits? I mean, Meredith's outfit. What was that? Acid wash denim cut into flowers?
I thought Bronwyn's was ridiculous, but cute for her, like on brand for her, but Meredith's was way too much.
Way. Someone else had a ridiculous outfit on too.
I thought Heather's was really cute.
I don't know. I just felt bad for that. What did we call him? Spiritual intuitive who was trying to give everyone readings, but Lisa was screaming so loud that he's probably like, I can't even work. I'm not getting the messages from above here.
Whoa. Did you hear what Mary said about just the location? She said there's some bad juju here. The guy who lived here killed his wife on Christmas.
Yeah, where were they?
And the dog was never the same. I'm like, what? Wait.
It looked like a weird property. Did they say the name of it or anything?
Not that I noticed.
Yeah, that whole thing was weird.
Because Lisa said, I could be a farmer. And everyone was like, crickets. I could be a farmer for like a week. Crickets.
No, that was a good one-liner when they called out Lisa's facelift. Looked like she's been in a wind tunnel. That was good. And then she's like, no, it's just 12 threads on each side.
Which I saw her describe those on a podcast. I don't know if you saw it. It sounds insanely painful.
Okay. Full disclosure, I got threads on my jawline.
Okay.
It is horrific. So painful. I did it like, I don't know, 8 years ago. And the doctor who was doing it, he's like, I'll just put some lidocaine on your face. You'll be fine. It doesn't really hurt that much. And I think I have a pretty good pain tolerance. I mean, I had a baby with no drugs. I was dying. I can't imagine getting 12. She must have been put under. There's no way.
Yeah, well, I mean, she said like it goes into the muscle on your scalp. Oh, God. I mean, I think she looks good. She doesn't like injectables. That's why she does it. But I don't know, man.
That's the difference. There's a thread in your skin.
Yeah, and it dissolves into your body. Like it's the same thing as injecting yourself with something, right? If it's going to dissolve into your bloodstream.
I don't know.
Anyway, you got off track.
All right. What do you think about Angie's new designer sunglasses line?
I don't know. It seems perfect. Well, I mean, you've got caviar, DJ, candles, jewelry. Like they're just all over the place. And it seems like they're probably spending too much for what they're getting in return. Because did you watch What Happens Live with Whitney?
No.
Andy asked her, how much did you lose? 100. She said, a lot. 100,000 more, 200,000, 300,000, 500,000.
What?
Yeah.
And that was money they took out of their 401k, or she said they spent everything they had. I wonder how they're going to keep that house. I feel really bad for her kids. That's all I have to say. Watching your parents on TV. And what was up last week with them putting the stripper pole back in? I was like, this is what got your husband fired in the first place. Do you want him to get another job?
I guess that's her reclaiming her wild Whitney Rose, like she said, and she lost that because Justin got fired, and stripper pole is not the answer.
No. But also, I heard some more stuff is going to come out about that business, or because it was an MLM and Justin was the head, the top. So they might owe people money. I don't know, but it was icky all around. Okay, so yeah, then we go to Whitney is now throwing Justin under the bus. He doesn't want to be a part of Wild Rose Beauty. That was so hilarious. He just doesn't want to be a part of Wild Rose Beauty. What guy would?
Yeah, I don't know. He was at Watch What Happens Live in the audience again, though.
Was he? You always watch that. I never watched it. So then the psychic says to her, there is a snake involved in your life that you need to get rid of, right? Who do you think that is? All of them.
Oh, well, that's when Lisa left. She walked right by. He was telling her there's a snake in your life and it's a bad friendship. And Lisa's like, bye. She walked right by. So it had to be her. That's what they're implying.
I mean, are they really friends?
They call it the friend group.
I don't know. I mean, Lisa's already like destroyed her. I don't see how she could destroy her anymore. And Whitney's not dumb. Like she knew it was Lisa. I don't know. That whole thing was weird.
Yeah, but Whitney's got to stay relevant to stay on the show. So I think she'll do what she can.
All right. So what do you think about Angie just throwing a total fit at the end, fake crying, throwing the horse? Angie, I said Angie, right? I mean, it was so dramatic for TV.
Throwing all her black cards.
Yeah. What did you think of all that?
I don't know. Like those two are just so they can't coexist. They have to be better than the other. Like they're both so freaking stubborn.
It is a desperate attempt on Angie's part. Like, I cannot lose first seat. I cannot lose first seat to anybody else. So I'm going to be as dramatic as possible.
Yeah, and for Mary to walk out.
I mean, why are you throwing your credit cards on the table?
I don't know. I'm sure there's truth in all of these like disses and digs that they're making about their finances and borrowing money and having to repay money.
Yeah, all of them do it. None of them, I think, really have wealth. It's all moving parts, moving pieces.
You've said that too. But I think the best part when Angie was freaking out throwing the black cards, Lisa saying, okay, shorty. All right, shorty. I was like,
this is what we're coming down to insult wise. I mean, this is so bad. I don't know.
Soup man.
What was that about?
I don't know. I'm like, ooh, Haitian Mauritian carryover soup man, but they didn't cut to it except at the end. Angie, when Lisa left, Angie was screaming, I don't eat soup.
Here's my take. Angie's got some dark skeletons in her closet, and if she doesn't, her husband definitely does. And Lisa, okay, do you know that she's from Schenectady? Lisa Barlow?
Really?
I read that online. I don't know how factual it is, but in a Facebook group, they're like, she's not from New York City. She's from Schenectady. It's upstate New York, right? But I think they're trying to say the other one does not have the money that they say they do. And there's going to be some dark stuff that comes out about Lisa and John. Though I think John is innocent in all this.
Well, when she was talking to the intuitive consultant, he said they're not finding their way back to each other. We're not on the same team. And then Lisa goes back to the table and they're like, what happened? She's like, well, he said, I do everything for everyone and no one supports me and everyone lets me down. Everyone's like, what? Right. Like, what did I miss? I almost rewound it and be like, I don't think he said any of that.
So do we think the intuitive was really good at his profession or producers were feeding him?
Great question. I don't know. I'd love to believe he was genuine and can get some great business out of this crazy episode, but who knows?
I mean, the cameramen know the story. They know what's going on in these people's marriages. They see it.
Right. Absolutely.
So they might be slipping the intuitive some secret notes under the table.
Well, the horse thing, there's going to be a horse injury, and then Angie throws the horse, and Mary said, well, he got a horse.
There's the horse injury right there. Okay, so next week, so then they showed was this mid-season trailer, or like when they showed a lot of clips of what's coming up, and they did show them on Below Deck?
Yeah, I wrote down, Captain Jason, next week. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this.
Is it next week that they do it?
I don't know. You're right. it almost seems like it was a mid-season, but it didn't quite say that. But there were no scenes other than Heather saying she got Captain Jason. There were no scenes from that. So maybe,
Right. So do you
maybe
know much about that trip? Like, did the whole cast go?
I think the whole Salt cast went. It was in the previews, but it's Captain Jason, it's Daisy and Chef Ben.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know who else, but I think that's gonna be, my God, that's a crossover I'm so excited for.
So do you think they're going to film it like Below Deck films theirs, but there's going to be heavy emphasis on them, or you think we're only going to see bits and pieces and they're not going to really show the whole charter?
I think bits and pieces because there's no season with Captain Jason, Daisy, and Ben. You know what I mean? I think it was just for Salt Lake. Like that's not a cast.
Okay,
Unless it hasn't been announced, and that's the new cast of Below Deck Down Under next season. But I can't imagine they would separate it out. Maybe they'd separate those so far. What?
yeah. Do you think they would just throw three people on a boat and let's film this for a couple days? I don't know.
Those Captain Jason, Daisy, and Ben are not ever on a cast, and it hasn't been announced if they are going to be on a cast together.
That's true. Very true. Okay, what do you think about the Southern Charm trailer?
Boy, these men. Sally said it. I'm sick of these man children. I'm like, thank you. Oh my God, they just make the women younger, and these doofuses keep getting older.
So I'm glad it's coming out in November because I thought you had said January, and I was like,
Yeah, I think I was thinking of Top Chef and not Southern Charm.
so we only have a month away from this. Like, we haven't seen the worst of these dudes. This Austin Craig fight. By the way, I told you I went to their bar
Yes.
when I was in Charleston. Neither of them were there. I was so bummed, but it's a very nice restaurant and the bar, it's really nice and the food's very good. And the bartenders are very good looking. It's a fun vibe. So it's called By the Way if anyone wants to check it out while they're in Charleston. Not that I need to promote these two fools. But the hate between them is so strong. And I think it's because Craig is a lying addict. And I think he got a good edit when Paige was around, and the guys are pissed.
I think that sounds extremely reasonable. I wanted to ask you because, like, are they just good at? They seem to hate each other genuinely. But why are they in business together? They still have the pod. They do their tour. They now have a bar restaurant.
Are they recording the podcast together still? Or is that on
I don't
pause?
know. I don't know.
I mean, they might be, I don't know. I just know Austin is like, dude, you are not who you come across on TV. But Austin's a piece of shit too. Like, he's already cheating on this new girlfriend. Was that what they were saying?
Yes, basically. I don't know. I haven't looked if they're still together. I feel like I saw they're not.
Why would any girl want to be with either of them? They have no redeeming qualities. Zero.
Tall, good looking, I guess. And Austin is even questionable on the good looking part. But he says to Craig, you want to be anyone but yourself. I'm like, that is very real.
That's so true. Now, to go back, I have seen Austin in person. He is much better looking in person than on TV. On
Yeah.
TV, he looks really goofy and dorky. He looks a lot better in person. But still, anyone who's going to date them, have you not watched television and seen these guys' antics? They act like they're 5 years old, terrible to women. And Sally, is this just a desperate attempt for her to stay on the cast? Like, she knows better.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh, speaking of, did you see today on Bravo, I don't know, somewhere on Facebook, that they posted Naomi's new look?
No.
It looks like she got more maybe work done on her nose and her hair is dark brown. She looks completely unrecognizable. If this is true,
Huh.
I don't know. Could be an AI photo, but you would be like, have to look really hard to be like, "Oh, yeah, that is her."
Oh, she's so
I
gorgeous.
know, she was stunning.
Huh.
Okay, so what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, at least, not only can you buy, did you buy a pillow when you were in Charleston?
No, I didn't go to his stupid store.
Well, he's putting out a cookbook. I don't know if you saw that today.
Oh my God. First of all, okay, the guy is not sewing anything. The guy is not creating any concepts around fabric, or he's also not creating recipes. It's just all a farce.
Remember he couldn't open the bottle of wine last season?
It's tragic, completely tragic. I would like Paige. I would love for Paige to be like, this is the real deal with Craig. this is what it was like dating him.
She sort of kind of did on the last season of Summer House.
But I want her to get into his addiction that she also covered up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was just a total dickhead for so long to everyone. Remember when he went to Winter House? He's like, I'm not cleaning. I'll pay you. And he's like throwing
Yeah.
$100 bills at people. Like,
So gross. Who else did they show on the cast? I mean, obviously Shep's coming back.
Sally, Charlie's the new girl who's Sally's friend, who's also into Craig. And then she goes on a date with Craig and Sally's pissed. Madison, all pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
I bet she's stirring the pot like never before.
I mean, she's got to work really hard on that show to carry that show.
Yeah. I like Molly.
Well, yeah, she had a good line in there on the previews. I can't remember what it was, but it was bashing one of the guys, I think.
I love her quirkiness. She plays what is she?
Oh, yeah, the tuba or something?
Some large instrument that you.
Yeah.
And she lost her snake in the preview.
I didn't see that.
Can't find her snake, and she's looking under her stove, and she's like, "All right, I'll defrost this mouse," and he'll come out.
It's kind of annoying that the male cast stays the same and they're constantly rotating the female cast.
Yeah, they bring in all these younger women.
How about rotate the male cast? I mean, enough. And then, did you see online that, what was his name? JT is saying that Vanita stalks him. She's a stalker.
Interesting. He's a little shithead too.
I don't believe that.
I like Vanita. Yeah.
She seems so sweet and she doesn't seem like a stalker. So I don't believe you, JT.
Didn't they say, now, did you hear this? And did we talk about this already? That the next season of Love Hotel is going to be like Shep.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that was a rumor, though.
Okay. Yeah. Because I haven't heard anything else about it, but I'd be down for that.
I haven't either. So you've brought this up a few times. Are you going to watch Wife Swap? I don't think I can watch it.
Give it a shot. I think it could be entertaining.
I don't know. It seems so campy and produced.
There's so much, though. Like, I want to watch Survivor. I haven't even started that. And then Traitors. Oh my gosh, Traitors is coming soon. It's going to be so good.
I did start Survivor. Did they announce the cast of the other one with Joel McHale?
House of Villains?
Yeah.
They did. Yes. Somebody's on it. Shoot, I can't remember. But yes, I think we texted about it.
Okay. That'll be good. I need some good laughs. He's such an amazing host and so fun. All right. So, the only other thing I'm watching, I'm going to watch tonight. Well, I'm not watching Love is Blind, obviously. And I did a recording on that.
I know. I can't wait to listen.
Do you watch Love is Blind?
No, I've never seen it.
Joanne, you made me watch Love Island and you've never watched Love is Blind? Come on. Love Island is a beating. I mean, I like it, but
oh my gosh.
You got to watch it. It's because it's so quick. I mean, anything. Love Island's like, 40 episodes? This is like 9.
Love Island's a commitment. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't working.
Commitment.
Yeah, no. I had a lot of time on my hands.
But there is one show I want to watch, and I kind of want to cover, but I don't know. We'll see. It's on Hulu, and it is the movie version of the Murdaugh murders that took place in South Carolina. It came out today, and Patricia Arquette is in it, so I'm excited to turn that on this evening. But first, I have to watch Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, and then you did that recap, or did you do 90 Day Fiancé?
I don't watch that anymore. I used to. So can I have you back here in 2 weeks? Because I think next Wednesday, I'm going to record the latest 2 episodes of Love is Blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you in 2 weeks? What is that date?
November 5th, Denise.
I'm going to Tulum right after that. But I'll text you if things change.
No, it's the 29th.
Good.
Yeah. I should be able to. AJ has a thing, but we should be fine.
All right, cool.
Oh my God.
Excited to have you back. Thanks for, ripping Bravo people today. That's my favorite thing to do at the end of a long day with a glass of...
By the way, they're all wonderful people, I'm sure. And I would just be delighted to meet any of them in person, and no offense whatsoever.
Someday on the podcast, I'll have to tell my story about how I met Shep.
Oh, dear. You will.
All right. Till next time.
All right.
Adios.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Charmingly Toxic with me, your host, Denise Capurso. Be sure to like, subscribe, and pass on to your fellow reality TV junkies. You can connect with me on Instagram at Denise_support coach and on Facebook at Denise Capurso Counseling and Coaching. This podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. While I am a licensed therapist, I'm not diagnosing anyone for therapeutic purposes, and these are not my clients. Expect sarcasm, snark, and a few clinical insights woven in. I talk about toxic relationships, power dynamics, and emotional safety. But this is not therapy, treatment, or a substitute for professional care. If you're looking for support, please consult a qualified mental health provider. If you're here for validation, insight, and a little side eye, welcome.